Welcome to a Spark the Faith craft edition. We're hoping to have some more of these, but this is our very first episode. And this one is for anybody to follow and use, but specifically for the Spark Kids and Spark Youth families this year. In your recent at-home packet, you received a Family Stations of the Cross tiles craft. And in that was a piece of paper with all your instructions. And along with that came a little baggie of a little bag and 14 Shrinky Dink pieces of plastic. And Shrinky Dink is a really cool plastic that you can color on with colored pencils or Sharpies. And then you put it in the oven and it shrinks down and makes it this really cool little decorative, artistic, crafty piece. And we're going to take these 14 tiles and we're going to turn them into our very own Stations of the Cross. So then you can take your Stations of the Cross with you wherever you go during Lent or just anytime. So this is a really cool family project you guys can work on. So you need to make sure you have your 14, and so those of you who aren't in the Spark Kids program and just doing this just because you wanna, so here is, you need 14 Shrinky Dink tiles, and they are, what size did I make them? They're like 4x2, 4x2-ish. Anyways, it was a random number. I'll put all the deets and stuff in the description below. But it is, I got 10 tiles out of one sheet. So you kind of have to finagle some measurements. So you have those, you have your little carrying bag. And set that aside. And then in your packet, there was a Way of the Cross, Stations of the Cross book. This is not the one. This is one that I just have hanging around, and I'm just going to use it for this video. So and then you will also need some Sharpies or colored pencils, and you will need a brown paper bag for the oven and a cookie sheet, and an oven with adult supervision. So what I'm asking you to do for this video is to gather your family around the table and with all the materials and everything, and then you're going to number each of these tiles 1 through 14, so you make sure that you have you know which tile goes with which station. So I'm just going to put a little number 1 in that bottom corner. You probably can't really see that, but I will. Anyways, so I went through and I labeled all my tiles 1 through 14, and the Sharpie should dry pretty quickly. And then, and if you want to, you can divide the tiles up amongst your family members so you each get one, or you can do this as a whole family project, whatever works best for your family. So then you're going to open up your Way of the Cross booklet to station number 1, which is Jesus is condemned to death. And share the picture with your family that's in the book, and then read aloud the words that are printed on that page. Then as a family, you're going to decide what you would like to draw on tile number 1 that represents that station. And make sure if you can notice, there's a kind of a rough side and there's a smooth side. And you want to make sure that you draw on the rough side. And so Jesus is condemned to death. Well, what should I do? Maybe I will do just a simple crown of thorns. I think that's what I'll do for my tile number 1. Okay, a simple crown of thorns. So we're just gonna I'm just gonna draw a circle here. I'm using a big purple Sharpie. You can use the thin tip Sharpies, colored pencils. You can get as simple or as creative as you want. So I'm just gonna make kind of a really thick circle here. Fast forward. And then I'm gonna just make some thorn like things. It's not the best crown of thorns, but I'm sure it will get the point across. Okay. So there is my Station 1, Jesus is condemned to death, with my crown of thorns. Now this is what it looks like before it is shrunk. And then you repeat this process through to Station 14. So just continue on through that. So when you get done with all of your tiles, then you're gonna preheat your oven to 325 degrees. And you're gonna line just a regular cookie sheet with a brown paper bag cut out, or you can also use cardstock. And I've also read that if you lay the cardstock down and then lay the other piece of cardstock over that, it helps keep them flatter, because they will curl up and then they flatten back out. So then you're gonna put all your tiles onto either your brown paper bag that's cut out, or you're gonna on your cardstock or some whatever paper you're deciding to use that isn't gonna burn in your oven. And you're gonna put those colored side up, your Shrinky Dinks colored side up, and put them in the oven. Make sure they're not touching. And then you'll put them in the oven and you'll bake them for 1 to 3 minutes. And I've tested it, about 2 minutes works really well. So let's go ahead and we're gonna move over to the kitchen and I will show you what happens when they go into the oven. And now that you're done, go ahead and put them in your little carrying bag and enjoy. I hope you had fun. So thank you for participating in Spark the Faith Craft Edition. Let me know what other kinds of crafts you guys would like to do and leave them in the comments. And I'll put all the information and everything in the comments, in the details below for you. And I'll also put some links in there too for other tips and tricks on what to do with Shrinky Dinks. So I hope you had fun and I will talk to you soon. Spark the Faith.